Hello everyone, welcome back to my learning session of Big Data, the world of big opportunities and big values. In this video session, we are discussing about that what is big data ecosystem and what is the big data related terms. So in this video, we will discuss about introduction of HDFS. So let's start for that. The first question we have to understand that what is HDFS. So HDFS stands for Hadoop Distributed File System and it is primarily a storage system used by Hadoop. It provides high performance access to data across Hadoop clusters. It is usually developed on and deployed on low cost commodity hardware. In commodity hardware, deployment server failures are very common. So due to the same reason, HDFS is built on a high fault tolerance. The data transfer rate between compute nodes in HDFS is very high, which leads to reduced risk of failure. And after that, HDFS created similar and smaller pieces of big data and distributed it on different nodes. It also copies each smaller pieces to multiple terms on different nodes. Hence, when any nodes with the data crashes, the system is automatically able to use the data from a different node and continue the process. This is the key feature of HDFS system. So what is the HDFS architecture? We have to understand right now. In short, first of all, let me tell you that HDFS architecture having name node and data node, and where client read the data from data node and metadata operations will go onto the name node, and the same thing is replicated between data node and data node for read and write operations. So in details, we can understand like that the architecture of HDFS is master slave architecture. An HDFS cluster always consists of single name nodes. This single name node is a master server and is managed the file system as well as regulates access to various files. In addition to name nodes, if there are multiple data nodes, there is always one data node for each data server. In HDFS, a big file is split into one or more blocks and those blocks are stored in a set of data nodes. So the primary task of the name node is to open, close and rename files and directories and regulate access to the file systems. Whereas the primary task of data node is to read and write to the file system. Data nodes is also responsible for the creation, deletion and replication of data based on the instructions from name node. So you can understand that name node is just like a master and data node is just like a slave which works under name node. So in reality, name node and data nodes are software designed to run on commodity machine behind the Java language. So till now, I think you understanding that what is Hadoop architecture and how it is working. What is the name node, what is the data node, and how they are integrated with each other. So in the previous video, we discussed one term that high availability during disaster condition. During the discussion of HDFS architecture, I want to discuss like that what is the actual meaning of high availability during disaster. Like now a multiple data node have some data blocks. In the case of any data node which faces a disaster, the entire process will continue as other data node will assume the role to serve the specific data blocks. Which one was the fails node? The system provides very high tolerance to disaster and provides high availability. So if you notice, there is only one name node in our architecture. If that node fails, our entire Hadoop application will stop performing as it's a single node where we store all the metadata. As this node is very critical, it is usually replicated on another cluster as well as on another data racks also. Though it replicated node is not operational in architecture, it has all the necessary data to perform the task of the name node in the access in the case of the name node fails. So the entire Hadoop architecture is built to function smoothly even there are node failure or hardware malfunction or any type of disaster. It is built on simple concept that data is so big it is impossible to have come up with a single piece of hardware which can manage it properly. That's why we are going with the need of lots of commodity, that is cheap hardware to manage our big data, and hardware failure is the part of commodity server. So to reduce the impact of hardware failure, Hadoop architecture is built to overcome the limitation of the non-functioning hardware because we are implementing on cheap commodity hardware, because right now the price of hard disk is much more cheaper than the price of RAM. So we are not implementing in the RAM, we are implementing each and every name node and data node in the hard disk. So I hope you understood today very clear about what is HDFS and how it works. In the next video, we'll discuss about MapReduce and we also understand that how it works also. So till that, Please subscribe my channel if you didn't subscribe it, and please comment down if you're having any confusion in this topic. Till that, thanks.